I don't know nothing about this guy. So tonight, not this. Bases.
Well, before I got here, my son turned around to me and said, "Daddy, give him a knuckle sandwich. That's what he's going to get plenty of. Plenty of these, mate. Plenty of these. Then I'm going to knock him out."
Cage Rage.
Our first international bout of the evening here at Cage Rage 8 from the Wembley Conference Centre. England, France, Francois Lenogue versus Sol Gilbert. And we've just got a feeling this one's going to be explosive. Lenogue light on his feet for a tall man, for a big man.
Again with some good shots, but Lenogue's looking straight for the takedown. Takes Sol straight down. Sol looking to get back to his feet. He does well to do so.
What strength there, Rob, to get back on his feet from that position.
Francois trying to get the takedown. He does so. As we could see, Sol was using his advantage there, grabbing onto the cage. It's actually illegal to hold onto the cage. You will be warned by the referee, and if you continue to do so, you will get a point deducted, which of course means you may lose the round.
It just shows how keen he was to stay upright, though, doesn't it?
It does. We could see the same tactic as Mark Epstein applied. We could see Sol just tie him up, hold him there, get stood up by Grant, and again, strike away.
He's certainly done that with the arms, and as you saw earlier, he tried to tie the feet up as well, didn't he? I think you've got a case there, Rob.
That's right, he's using his legs to keep away from the back of the cage. Tying Francois' arms. At the moment, he just has Jean in the half guard and turns well. Good turn by Sol Gilbert into the full guard of Francois Lenogue. Good turn by Sol.
Huge support from here tonight, Rob.
And there he goes, back to his feet. That's where he wants it.
Yeah, you could see that boxing stance, the hands held high, the head bobbing. Superb amateur boxing career, then turned pro.
Lenogue feeling Sol out with a short jab. Sol, good strikes. One over the top, one underneath.
You just felt he was waiting for his moment. You just felt he was waiting, and then it came in with lightning speed. And again, short, sharp punches.
Jean makes the shoot again, pushes Sol to the back of the cage. Again, Francois looking for the takedown. Good takedown, clean takedown.
Great strength there from the Frenchman.
Sol again getting a big response from the crowd.
Similar pattern here to our previous fight, where the man on the ground really wants to tie his opponent up, get them back upright, and we saw why. When he closed the gap there, Sol's hand speed was very, very good.
Sol working for the armbar. He was unlucky that Lenogue slipped out. Francois standing over Sol Gilbert. Is Lenogue going to be brave, take a step back and let Sol back to his feet? Good attempted strike by Sol.
Capoeira style kick there from Gilbert.
Lenogue looks like he's not going to let Sol back to his feet. But if they stay in this position, the referee, Grant Waterman, will pull Lenogue back and stand him up. There we go.
That's why you're sat here, Rob. And here he goes.
Sol again stepping in with the left.
Little feint there, looking for that moment when he suddenly stops.
Again, good strikes. No, I don't think they're landing cleanly yet.
No, Lenogue's doing a very good job of when he comes in. Slight sprawl and then grabbing his man.
Good knee from Sol again.
You've got to give Lenogue credit, though. He's managed to negate his man's work. He must have done his homework, and he's not, as you mentioned earlier, he hasn't taken anything really cleanly, has he?
That's right. Nothing's been that clean as at the moment.
Obviously, as the fight goes on and we go into second and third round, that's when the opportunities for shots start to come in. When you start to tire that little bit and your concentration wavers, you can't afford to lose that concentration against someone like Sol Gilbert.
Again, Lenogue sinking low, looking for the double leg takedown. He gets it again. Sol quick to tie up the arms. Lenogue into a full-man position. Sol is not going to feel comfortable here, and he's going to want to get out of this position. Lenogue trying to strike. Will he take Sol's back? He doesn't get the back of Sol. Sol turns well, back to his feet.
And that's the end of the round.
What an exciting end of the first round.
They didn't want to split up there either. They were smiling at each other. There's a lot of animosity in there, a lot of tension. Grant had to push them apart there. Interesting opening round, Rob, but hard to judge that one.
Very difficult to judge. Sol seems as though he's got a little bit of swelling underneath his right eye at the moment. You see Sol just feints in with a left, looking for the distance.
This is what Lenogue does well, though, doesn't he? When Sol does come in to get those combos going, Lenogue sprawls and he makes it messy and he makes it hard to land cleanly. All credit to him. He
did very well there, as you can see. He turned his body wide and went wide of where Sol was aiming. Very, very good work by Lenogue to avoid being struck by Sol.
Similarly, Sol made sure that Lenogue did no clean work on the ground either, so they've really managed to negate each other's work very well, haven't they?
They have. They've done very, very well. Be interesting to see how they go in this second round.
The thing is, what I think will be interesting, Rob, is when one of them, either man, takes a clean shot from someone who's a known hitter. Neither man's landed the clean shot yet. It'll be interesting to see if one does land cleanly in this round, how it will affect the rest of the fight.
Both men spacing out. Sol looking as though he's going to look for a shot to pick. Lenogue seeming very aware.
I'd like to see him fake that left like he did last time, but then throw the right. Don't just end with the feint. Feint that there, like that. He was unlucky. That it landed this time. That's what he needs to do. Feint that left, overhand right, because Lenogue's own right hand is very low.
As you could see, as soon as he threw it, Lenogue went for the clinch. Sol did well, defended well, pulled back, looking for the strikes.
First kick I think we've seen since the opening of the first round.
Sol seems to be in control of the centre of the cage at the moment. Lenogue just wary around the outside.
Again, he's attempting that to take it down. I think he's wary of Sol's punch power.
That's right, every time he moves in for the takedown, Sol's there with a couple of shots. As you can see, through the uppercut there, in case Lenogue came forward for the takedown again.
Yes, he was preempting that. He thought, as what happened before, it was a good tactic, but Lenogue sensible enough not to come in, already walked straight in onto that one. Timed it right this time, though. I like Lenogue's timing. You've got to hand him that. Very aware.
Good strikes by Sol again, good combination, very fast hand speed. Again, good combination, they're starting to land now.
Yeah, he blinked that time, Lenogue. Before, I've been very impressed with his head movement, his bobbing and weaving defensive skills, but he shipped a couple this round. And there's that boxer's movement from him, Rob. The bobbing, the weaving, keeping the head constantly moving as well. One thing I've got to ask you, though, all the time that Lenogue is negating Sol's work, he hasn't really been doing much of his own, though, I've noticed. He's quite happy to counter or to stop his man being effective, but apart from these takedowns where he's not been able to do any work, he hasn't really been any effective in his own offence, has he?
No, he's not shown the same aggression that Sol has. He's not come forward. He's not fought to fight forward. You know, he's stood on the back foot. Sol, as I said, the ring control is Sol's. When Sol's on his feet, he takes the centre of the ring and pushes Lenogue around the outside. So it'll be interesting to see how Lenogue's going to work on the ground, because standing up, I feel Sol definitely the more dominant fighter.
And he's, like again, he's tied up the arms just like we saw Mark Epstein. So even on the floor, Lenogue's not really been able to do the work he wanted to.
That's right, Sol seems to have the game well covered. Lenogue in the half guard of Sol Gilbert.
First good forearm from him.
Lenogue starting to throw some shots of his own now, using the ground and pound technique. He's working that forearm across. Is a good strike. A good strike from Lenogue.
Yes, previously, though, Sol immediately tried to tie up those arms and force Francois into standing back up. He hasn't done it this time.
Sol's done well to move into full guard there. As you can see, he's just tied up the right arm of Lenogue. I feel the referee may stand this one up shortly. Although both guys are moving and working, it's not effective work. Apart from now, Lenogue starting to seem as though he's looking for effective strikes.
Yes, I agree. Sol's tied him up more often than not.
Sol smiling at Lenogue there when Lenogue struck. Sol looking for the armbar. Will he be able to get the armbar? He's working the armbar well, and it's a tap. Fantastic win for Sol Gilbert, and it wasn't with a strike. What a win. Submission, armbar, Sol Gilbert. Wow.
So cool under pressure there, Ron. Took those forearms and suddenly it was all over.
He had a big smile for Lenogue after Lenogue shot the forearm. He worked his legs round, quick whip of the legs, armbar. Fantastic for Sol Gilbert.
As soon as he tapped and it was released, you could see the look on Lenogue's face. I've just been suckered. He was gutted.
Now, mate, that has answered my question. If it went to the ground, what would happen? Sol Gilbert would grab an armbar and take the advantage of a win. Good win for Sol Gilbert.
Very calm under pressure there.
As you can see from the replay, Lenogue shoots a forearm, trying to strike down on Sol Gilbert. Sol Gilbert does well, traps the arm. First leg comes round, second leg goes over, turns his body, pushes Lenogue in the opposite direction, traps that arm. There's nowhere for that arm to go except back. As Sol Gilbert works it, Lenogue can do nothing but attack.
I've been conned, I've been done. He knows. All of a sudden, ground and pounding, then as you said in the armbar.
Excellent work by Sol Gilbert. And I've got to say, I am pretty shocked. I expected Sol to come out, bang away and put Lenogue to sleep with strikes. Instead, he's come out with a fantastic win and a submission by armbar. Good win for Sol Gilbert.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner, and to receive the Blitz Samurai Sword after 4 minutes, 47 seconds of round 2 with an armbar.